This video is going to be weird. Let me just put that out up front, because every other video that I've made in the 7 or 8 months since this channel was started was some sort of exchange of value, right? Like, you are giving me value by watching the video, by commenting, by engaging in discussion, by helping grow the channel, which I really appreciate. And I'm doing my best, I hope I am, of giving you value, either in the form of entertainment, if it's just a regular like College Football 25 rebuild, or maybe it is education in the form of, I did a statistical analysis to figure out, should you hard sell or should you send the house, and here are the results and how you can implement it in your own dynasty. And hopefully I'm giving you something of real value, whether it's 10 minutes of content to watch on your lunch break, or whether it's something that you can go and actually use in your dynasty with your friends. Like, I want to be giving you something of value, which is why I needed to say that up front, because this video, there's not going to be a whole lot of value. It's more so a favor, right? I'm going to be asking you for a favor here, and let me explain. I do think there still could be some value for you, so I'll explain. Basically, when College Football 25 came out, I and probably you, if you're watching this video, you probably saw a lot of those videos before College Football 25 came out from really big, awesome creators. Bordeaux, Not the Expert, a lot of other guys that played the game early and then made content about it, right? And I found those incredibly helpful and entertaining to see what the game was going to look like before it came out. And I think that's related to this program that EA has called the EA Creator Network. And I've since submitted an application, waiting to hear back. But I want to ask for your help to try and get me into that group of creators. And the reason why is because I don't think that there is, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way or anything like that, but I don't think that any of the individual creators that were making videos about the game before College Football 25 came out have the same kind of technical statistical background that I have from school and work and whatever. And I think if I was able to maybe have a bit more one-on-one conversations with anybody that is a part of the EA team, I think that we could learn a lot of really interesting things about how the game actually works that we could help you with, right? And maybe there's certain things that they don't want to share, right? Like, maybe there is like a basic linear formula of how to predict someone's overall as a senior if they are X overall as a freshman. Like, maybe there is a way to calculate that, and they don't really want to share it to us, because then all of us, basically like figured out one of the most important parts of recruiting and one of the most popular game modes of the game is like, okay, if the player is X and then their development trait is Y, then they're going to be 97 overall as a senior, right? Like, maybe they don't want to share that stuff, which is fine. But I do think I might be able to ask some questions from a statistical background and learn some things that could help you and help me to understand College Football 26 better. A lot of the videos very early on in our channel that I worked on in August and September of 2024 for College Football 25, a lot of those I feel like we could have learned about like in an email from somebody on the College Football 25 team. And it's not to say that I expect them to like spoil the game and the secrets of the game. Like, I don't want that at all. I want it to be as fun as possible and as dynamic as possible. But I do think there are some small questions that maybe we could learn about that would help me and help you when you're playing College Football 26. So, rant aside, that's kind of the context. My ask for you, the only favor that I ask is on Twitter. I'll throw a screenshot of the account on here. On Twitter, whatever you prefer. Sorry, I'm old school. But on that platform, on X, if you go to that account that I'm going to throw up here as a screenshot, and if you tag me, it's at MaxPlayCFB. If you tag me and be like, hey, this dude's pretty cool, y'all should work with this guy for College Football 26. That would be so huge. I don't know if there's any other way for us to try and get in contact with the EA team. But I really think, and again, I'm not a huge YouTube viewer. I watch a couple of the other large creators, but maybe there are other creators that are doing a really statistical heavy, analysis of some of this game. But I don't know if they're in there asking the questions to the EA development team of like, okay, how does this work? How does this work? How does this impact that variable, right? Like some of the things I feel like we should really know. And also, selfishly, I would love to give some input as far as what stats I think matter. Like I don't want to roast the game because it's an awesome game and I've had a blast, but I do find it kind of silly that we are at 2025 and there is still no way to adjust these stats based off how many snaps somebody played. Like that is so wild to me that if we go to like season stats in Dynasty mode and we have two players, your computer, no, you're not a computer, you're not an NPC, sorry, bad example. San Jose State is controlled by the computer. San Diego State is controlled by me. I'm playing with 3-minute quarters because I'm busy or whatever, and therefore my quarterback gets like 17 snaps. I would love to be able to see the stats of, okay, what if we scaled this up? Like that is a stat, or that is a feature that exists in NBA 2K, right? It's like normalized played minutes to simulation minutes. So in other words, if you play a 4-minute quarter and the sim is 12-minute quarters, it'll multiply everything by 3. So if you score 8 points in your game, you'll actually be dropping 24 in the sim logic, which is so huge because otherwise you could have an all-star player in NBA 2K, and if he's dropping 11 points a game because you're playing 4-minute quarters, he looks like he's like a scrub. So I find it so wild to me that doesn't exist in College Football 25. Or honestly, even some sort of like playground that exists in NBA 2K25 where you can almost pick two variables and just make a basic like kind of plot. That would be so sick to be able to have. Like here is tackles per snap or like pressures per snap, and here is their overall or like whatever. Here is how much they weigh, or here's pressures per snap on one axis, and here is tackles per snap on the other axis. And it's like, okay, if you're really high in pressures per snap as a D end, but really low in tackles, then like this person might be more of a pass rusher type or whatever. And maybe they're not good in the run, which is why they don't have a lot of tackles. But like the per snap part in the first place doesn't even exist right now. So I think there's a lot of like small things like that I'm sure the creators of College Football 25 would like to prioritize, and I'm sure that other people have had this discussion, and I'm sure that there's other, database limitations or like operating speed limitations to explain why those things don't exist. But what if there wasn't? What if there is just no normalized played minutes to sim minutes button yet because nobody's been pushing for it? Well, I would like to raise my hand and be the guy to push for it. There are some stats that I think would be really cool to have in College Football 26, and I want to try and help that. Not just for me, so the game is a bit more enjoyable for myself, but for you too. I really think that there's some cool stuff that can be added from a numbers perspective that I'm not sure if other people are focusing on. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a sports video game, right? Like people are focused on, hey, does it work well when we play the game? Does it look like real football? Is it fun like real football? Are there real football concepts? Like there is so much effort and energy being put into that, which I love, I agree with. I just want to be the guy that can help put energy into something that I have a little bit more of a background in than football. As you can see, I am built like a wide receiver without hands. So like I can't catch either. So the real football part is not going to be me, but maybe the numbers part can. So that was a long kind of rambly video. So I know this isn't going to get any views. So if you watch this, I appreciate it. But yeah, all I ask is, would y'all mind helping me out? Just going to that account on X and saying, hey, at MaxPlayCFB, he should be helpful, right? Like this guy could be helpful if you have data questions or if you want a content creator's perspective with a technical background on College Football 26. Go to MaxPlayCFB. That would be so helpful. If anybody knows of any other way to get in touch with the EA kind of development team, let me know. I would love to be able to speak to them. I think College Football 25 was a huge success. I owe this entire channel to that game. and I want to help make future games as fun as possible. You know, I want to be able to know that all of my personal friends from high school or from college are playing the same game as me and having a blast, and I can play online dynasties with them and all of that. And if the game is awesome, I know that they will. But my friends are flaky, so if the game's not awesome, like, I'll be playing alone, just making videos for you and I here, which is fine. Also fun, but you know, it's also fun to have a bunch of your friends on the game as well. Okay, I'm rambling. I hope this wasn't too much of an ask, but yeah, if you know any way for me to get in touch with the EA team, let me know. If you're a part of the EA team and for some reason you're watching these videos and you want to talk, I would love to talk. It's like maxplaycfb@gmail.com. I think it's in the description of this channel. Just reach out. Or if you're just a viewer and you want to talk, reach out. That's totally fine too. Okay. Shoot. This is why I should have wrote stuff down, man. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm gonna stop the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. There's not going to be a next time for this. This is a one-time ask. Next time will be Ball State videos. I still got a couple more experiments to make for College Football 25 as well. I've been slacking on that. That's my bad. Now I can end the video. Okay, peace.